Are you waiting for a vaccine? Well, we all are. It's apparently the only thing that can get us out of this pandemic. But what if it's not safe? What if it comes with side effects? Would you take a vaccine that could make you sick? Probably not. In Brazil, a volunteer who was part of the Oxford vaccine trial has died. In South Korea, 25 people who received a flu shot have died mysteriously. Now, let me be clear from the very beginning. Vaccines have not caused these deaths. But these headlines do spark a scare. They raise questions over the safety of vaccines. Under normal circumstances, scientists follow a long-drawn procedure. They reassess vaccines before giving them to volunteers. But the pandemic does not give us that luxury. Researchers are working at breakneck speed. Leaders of the world want a vaccine and they want it now. So scientists are cutting short their trials. They're conducting simultaneous trials. The question is this: are they compromising on safety? Should a vaccine be fast-tracked? Is politics poisoning vaccine research? Or is science now capable to create vaccines faster? Tonight, we shall try to find answers to these questions because this pandemic has turned humans into guinea pigs. There are multiple trials that are going on all over the world. People like you and me are the lab rats. One volunteer for the Oxford vaccine died today. This happened in Brazil. But the trials for the Oxford vaccine will not stop because the volunteer was never given the vaccine. What he was given was placebo. I know it's confusing. If he was part of the trial, why was he not given the vaccine? Because this is how trials work, apparently. In the third and most advanced stage of trials, thousands of volunteers are given a shot, but only half of them get the vaccine. The other half get some other shot. The results are then compared, and this is to rule out any biases in the study. So this man in Brazil did not get the Oxford vaccine. He was given a pre-existing vaccine for meningitis. The trials will continue. Oxford remains a front-runner in the vaccine race. Until now, 2 vaccine trials have been halted. This includes the Oxford vaccine trials in the UK. Johnson & Johnson had to halt their trials too. This was after some participants fell ill. Both teams resumed their trials after a brief pause. This time they will not halt the trial because it will delay the vaccine further. Scientists are under a lot of pressure to deliver quickly because vaccines are not just about science anymore. They're about politics and nationalism. Look at what the Brazilian president has just announced. Jair Bolsonaro says Brazil will not buy a Chinese vaccine. And it's a good decision because China's vaccine program has been shady, to say the least. China has given unproven vaccines to people. But Bolsonaro's concern has more to do with his political image than public safety. He doesn't want to be seen to be siding with China. Then we have the case of South Korea. There's panic after 25 people died mysteriously. They were given flu shots. Again, no link between a COVID vaccine and the deaths, but the people of South Korea are worried. The South Korean government is running a program. It is giving flu shots for free to all its citizens. This is to reduce the cases of flu during winter. The symptoms of flu and the symptoms of the Wuhan virus are similar. So a spike in flu cases could overburden the healthcare system of South Korea, and the authorities are hoping to avoid that. But these deaths, 25, could hurt the credibility of the vaccine program. For the moment, the government has refused to suspend the program. What happened in South Korea shows everything that could go wrong with a mass vaccine program. One incident, one mishap, and the entire program's credibility comes into question. This pandemic has made a vaccine a political subject. Look at what India's ruling party, the BJP, has announced today. It has promised free vaccines for the Wuhan virus in its manifesto for the Bihar election. In America, Donald Trump is doing the same. He promised a vaccine before the presidential election. In response, the leader of the American vaccine program has said he would resign if politics is allowed to trump science. So we have vaccines for votes, vaccines for national pride, vaccines for big money. Is anyone talking about safety? Allow me to go back to the questions I started with. What if the vaccine is not safe? What if the vaccine comes with side effects? Would you take a vaccine that could make you sick? Imagine people falling sick after being given a vaccine. The virus is a deadly killer. We don't want a killer vaccine too, which is why it is very important to let scientists lead this process, not political leaders and not vested business interests.